Hi, everybody. Dr. Randy Wirtz in Thrive Chiropractic. And I know that some of you parents have asked this question many times, or if not once in your child's life is this normal behavior for my child? Is it normal? Like, my child doesn't talk. They're not speaking at like a year and a half or 2 years. Is that normal? Are my kids walking on their toes and they see other kids doing it, but they keep doing it? Is that normal? And you're gonna ask yourself, geez, I even ask that self of my daughter sometimes or growing up. Is this normal? Is this what is their personality? Or is this something that just I need to be looking at much further? And it's a tough question to decipher. Even for me, even seeing a child, if they're talking, if they're not talking, or if they're not sleeping, if they're finicky about their food, or is it their personality, or is it something clinically that's affecting them? That's the question we want to ask. And I want to give you 3 tips to really understand this, so you can have a better understanding of what course of action you should take. Because I know you're going to Google this. Hey, is it normal for my kids to do X, Y, Z? It's going to be Google. You're going to get on the moms groups. You're going to get on, you're going to talk to your friends, your families, your mom, your parents. You're going to talk to people. Is like, is this normal? Or you may not, because it's like, I don't know. I really don't want to feel like I doubt myself. So I want to give you some tips to help you, particularly moms, because what you're going to do is you're going to assign yourself like saying, I don't want to get to a point where I know I should have done something 2 years ago. And you have that guilt. There's a little bit of mom guilt is what you call it. It's like, I should have done something about this like so many years ago. Well, let me give you those tips, okay? First of all, definitely ask around. It's okay to do that. If you're on the fence, ask. Consult somebody. Somebody else has had that problem before. It's okay to go to Google. Just don't let it ruin you and guide you and diagnose something that may be totally outlandish. That's something that might be very, very simple for that to clear up. All right, so that's something that you just ask. If you're going to a pediatrician, or ask them, say what's going on. They might not know, okay, but at least let them know. Tell you they might not know. Like, be honest. Like, I don't know. Let me find that answer out for you. So that's one tip: is ask. Ask, is this normal too? Second is it doing harm to them? If not getting sleep, if that's making them grouchy, if that's causing other problems, if that's doing harm for them too, hey, that's something to do. Hey, if they're not pooping in 2 days, okay, but they poop every 2 days and they're going pretty smoothly, then maybe not such a big issue. Some kids just don't poop. Ideal? No, I think it should be like once or twice a day even for kids, but it's not causing them harm, so I don't necessarily think that it's something that definitely needs addressed unless it's really causing them some harm, to consider that as well. Okay? So is it causing harm to them, or is it affecting their health in some way, like behavior? Is it harming other kids? That's something that needs to be done. Is it their personality? Maybe their personality coupled with some other things that are happening in the mind as well. Too. Like, it might be like they do have some neurological issues that need to definitely be cleared up. Their brain and their body just aren't jiving correctly. That's when you come see me. That's when I'll help you with your child's behavior, to get to the root cause of the problems and help them with the nerve dysfunction that could be happening as well. Number 3, this is a big one, is trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust yourself, mom. Trust yourselves, because as a parent, you don't want to ever look back and say, I wish I would have done something then had I known that this was going to be an issue. Because they don't grow out of stuff, they grow into something new. And it's better to get it taken care of right away rather than wait for it to fester and actually start growing into a habit. So like behaviors, sleep patterns, eating orders, like, hey, my kid's just finicky. They're not touching foods. They only want to eat this. Well, that kind of tells me something. Maybe they have some sensory issues that are going on. They don't like the texture. There's some kids that just don't like the taste of certain foods, right? So those are some things that we have to take and be aware of. But if they're only eating like 4 foods, man, that's something that you have to be kind of conscious of and say, we have to do something about that, all right? And the root cause of what I'm going to do here is assess what the nerves are doing. Like, how does the nerves affect the body? They affect everything. We live through our nerves, right? It's our nerves that interface the function between the outside world and our brain, and even internally, what's happening internally and what's happening in the brain. And that's where I get started assessing this. So if you do have any questions by all means, it's like, wow, I've heard about that. Chiropractic can help with sleeping, like finicky eaters or sensory issues or just behavioral type of stuff. By all means, give me a call. Let's chat about it for a little bit. Get on the phone. It's not going to cost you anything. All it does is cost you some time, and you gain some insight and maybe even get some help in the process of helping your child too. Hey, I'm Dr. Randy Wirtz in Thrive Chiropractic. And if you're watching this video, you probably have a child that needs some help. By all means, give me a call. I'd be happy to help. Or, your neighbor that's having some problems, or even maybe your son and daughter who's having problems with their child, I'd be happy to help them too. Hey, I want you to have a blessed day. Get outside and play, even though it might be cold. Playing outside is still the best you can do for your child. Take care. Bye-bye.